Bonjour tout le monde et bienvenue sur notre chaîne frenchinlucknow.com. Je m'appelle Amit et encore fois aujourd'hui nous allons commencer avec une nouvelle leçon, c'est délicieux. Welcome everyone to our channel frenchinlucknow.com. My name is Amit and again we are going to start with another chapter, lesson 8, c'est délicieux. This is delicious. We are going to translate this chapter first. Au restaurant, in the restaurant, Monsieur Lumieux, Mr. Lumieux, Monsieur, Mr. Sir, MME, Madame, Mrs. Une table pour quatre, a table for four. Le serveur, the server. Par ici, Monsieur, Dame. Over here, Miss, Mr., Madams. Un peu plus tard, a little while. Le serveur, the server. Voici le menu. Here is the menu. Qu'est-ce que vous prenez? What are you taking? Monsieur Lemieux, Mr. Lemieux says. Quel est le plat du jour? What is the dish of the day? Le serveur. Comme plat du jour. For dish of the day. Il y a un magret de canage. There is some breast of duck. Madame Lemieux, Mrs. Lemieux says. Je suis végétarienne. I am a vegetarian. Vous avez un plat du jour pour les végétariens. You have a dish of the day for the vegetarians. Le serveur, the server says, oui madame, yes ma'am. Il y a un cassoulet végétarien. There is a vegetarian cassoulet. Monsieur Lemieux says, moi je ne suis pas végétarien. I am not a vegetarian. Je prends un magret du canage. I am taking breast of duck. Madame Lemieux, Mrs. Lemieux says, un cassoulet pour moi, a cassoulet for me. Et vous les enfants, and you the children, qu'est-ce que vous prenez? What do you want to take? What you are taking? Lise says, this girl. Moi, je veux de la ratatouille. Me, I want some ratatouille. Kevin, je prends la classique. I am taking the classical. Le steak frites salad. The fry steak salad. Le serveur, the server says, et comme entrée and for starters, Madame Lemieux says, une salade verte, a green salad pour moi, for me, un œuf cocotte, baked eggs pour Lise, for Lise, et le jambon cru and ham pour Kevin. Jambon cru is cured or salted ham, that is a hind leg of pig. Le serveur, the server says, et pour moi, et pour monsieur, and for sir, Mrs. Lemieux, Mr. Lemieux says, no, ça va. No, that's fine. Je ne veux pas de entrée. I do not want starters. Le serveur, the server says, et qu'est-ce que vous buvez and what are you drinking? Madame Lemieux says, je bois un jus de pomme. I am drinking apple juice. Kevin et Lise says, nous prenons du coca. We are taking some coke. Monsieur Lemieux says, une limonade pour moi. A lemonade for me, et une bouteille d'eau and a bottle of water. Le serveur, merci, c'est noté. Thanks, this is noted. Après quelque temps, after some times, le serveur apporte les boissons et les plats. The server brings the drinks and the dishes. Il souhaite bon appétit. He wishes have a good hunger. La famille remercie. The family thanks back. Elle est contente du repas. It is happy with the meal. Un peu plus tard, after a while, le serveur, the server, est-ce que vous voulez du fromage? Do you want some cheese? Nous avons un beau plateau de fromage. We have a good platter of cheese. Du camembert. These are the types of cheese. Camembert, du Roquefort, du Brie. These are the type name of cheese. Monsieur Lemieux says, nous prenons le plateau de fromage. We are taking the platter of cheese. S'il vous plaît, please. Un peu plus tard, after a little while, le serveur, the server says, a dessert. Je recommande la crème caramel. I recommend caramel cream. Monsieur Lemieux says, no, je préfère la clafoutis aux pommes. I prefer apple clafoutis. Madame Lemieux says, je prends une mousse au chocolat. I am taking a chocolate mousse. Et 2 glaces à la vanille pour les jeunes. And 2 ice cream, vanilla ice cream for the young ones. The server says, d'accord, c'est noté. Okay, this is noted. Un peu plus tard, after a little while, the server says, le dîner est bon, the dinner is good, vous êtes content, you are happy. Monsieur Lemieux says, oui, c'est délicieux, yes, this is delicious, l'addition s'il vous plaît, the bill please. The server says, oui monsieur, voilà, here monsieur, it is, here it is. Monsieur Lemieux, je paye par carte, I'm paying by card. Le serveur, d'accord, merci beaucoup. Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot. Au revoir et à bientôt. And see you soon. The family says, the Lumiere family says, au revoir. Bye. Pour les questions et réponses, for the question and answer, qu'est-ce que Kevin mange comme plat principal? What does Kevin eat for the principal plate, for main plate, as a main dish? Le steak frites salad. He eats steak frites salad. Quel est le plat du jour pour les végétariens? What is the dish of the day for the vegetarians? That is un cassoulet. Okay, it is cassoulet. Comment est-ce que Monsieur Lemieux paye l'addition? How Monsieur Lemieux pay? How do he pay the bill? Par carte, by card. Vrai ou faux? True or false? Vrai, true, faux, false. Kevin et sa famille déjeunent au restaurant. Kevin and his family take the lunch at the restaurant. No, say faux. It is faux. They are taking dinner. Madame Lemieux boit du coca. Madame Lemieux drinks some coke. Faux. No, she takes apple juice. Le serveur recommande la crème caramel. Yes, the serveur recommends crème caramel. Vrai. Then we have the partitive articles in the chapter. To understand that how to solve the partitive articles, we have this chart. The articles, which are a and the in English, in French, they are written with these words: a, un, de, le, la, l'apostrophe, and le. Now we have 7 words to write just a and the. For writing a and an, we have 2 words: a, un. Now we can ask that why there are 2 words to write just a and an, where the meaning is same. For also meaning is a and an, in also meaning is a and an. So first of all, we need to understand that in English, articles serve 2 functions. That they tell that what is, whether the noun is common noun or proper noun. It means that if you see a cat on the road, you will say there is a cat on the road. But in the second sentence, if you are talking about the same cat, so you will say the cat is entering in the house. Then thus in the second sentence, the noun is familiar to you. Now you know it. In the first sentence, it is unknown to you. When it is the things are unknown, then we use with it indefinite articles. And then when the things are known to us, then we use definite articles. So there is a cat on the road. The cat is entering in the house. This is the first function, common noun and proper noun. Second function is whether the noun is singular or plural. So a cat, the cats, or cats. Alright. Third function is peculiar to French and languages like French, like Hindi, German, Russian, Spanish, Mexican, Portuguese. In all these languages, nouns are treated as they are living things. That's why genders are attached to it. So to specify these genders, we have different kinds of articles in these languages. So if your noun, generally how to understand that whether the noun is feminine or masculine, that's the major question. So if your noun is ending with e, if your word is ending with e, noun is ending with e, so 80% cases it would be feminine singular. So F for feminine, S for singular, M for masculine, P for plural, and V. This V tells that noun is starting with these vowels A, E, I, O, U, Y, or H. So, and if your noun is ending with S, X, or Z, so 90% of the cases in French it would be plural noun. Okay, there are 20% exception for the feminine cases and 10% exceptions for the plural cases, and these cases are, for this There are a list of exceptions. You can prepare a list of exceptions where you can keep on adding whenever you encounter any word which is ending with E but it is masculine. So just add this word in this kind of list. Any word which is not ending with E but still it is feminine, you can just add in this list. And plural noun, those words which are also used with singular also but they are ending with SX or Z at the same time, you can use that list. So that list is important. Keep listing the words wherever you see any kind of exception in this. Then, so we have two words a and in, which both means a and an, but a is for masculine singular nouns and in is for feminine singular nouns. Okay, they, now they means some and it is for plural nouns. Whereas if your noun is ending with, if you want to put the, so there are four words, le, la, l apostrophe and le. Les is pronounced as le. There are four words which has meaning the, the only. Okay, and you need to see from below to above. This is the trick. Check that whether your noun is ending with s, x or z. If so, then it is, you will use le if you want to put the with it. If not, then only move to the next step where you will check that is it starting. If it is not ending with s, x or z, then only we will check the further above step. There we will check that is it starting with a vowel. If so, then we will put l apostrophe. Otherwise, if not, then we will move upward again. There we will check is it ending with e. Along with that, we will also check that is it not an exception in that list of exception. If it is ending with e, so we will go with la, and if it should not be an exception. If not, then the final step is that we will put this article after checking all this exception and all. Then we will go with that. In the definite articles, we merge in the definite articles when we merge a preposition which has three meanings in at to and the preposition of, from, about, belongs to, coming from, which has five meanings. When we merge these definite articles in these two prepositions, then they give some different meanings. A plus la becomes o and a plus le becomes aux. Similarly, the plus le becomes du and the plus le becomes they. Otherwise, it remains same. Ala remains ala, al apostrophe remains al apostrophe, the la remains the la, and the l apostrophe as it is. So when preposition and the articles are merging together and it is becoming a new word, so they are being contracted. So that's why we're calling it contracted articles. So this entire list, this all 8 are called contracted articles, but inside these 8 contracted articles, these du, the, la, the, l apostrophe and they, these 4 are also called, they are contracted articles, but they are also called partitive articles. Partitive articles because they give one more meaning, that is some of the, which tells that this thing is part of something else, some part of it. That's why they are called some of the. The order of usage is very easy in this. The order of usage is very easy in here. First of all, start from below. So if you have either these options or you have those options. So if you have either these options, or these options, how you will choose the correct option? You need to see in the fill in the blank, you need to see the word after the fill in the blank. Now you have to check in that word that is it ending with SX or Z. If so you will go with the plural options, P for plural options. If not, then you will move upward and you will check that is it starting with any vowel, VS, vowel singular nouns. Then you will go with these options. If not, then you will go with these options, the, la or ala. Here you will check that is it ending with E or not, or it is an exception or not. Then, after checking all these steps, whether it is plural, vowel singular, feminine, or an exception, after checking all these options, finally you will go with these options, masculine singular options. But there's one more catch. Before this, also check that whether it is not a name. The word which is written after fill in the blank, it should not be a name also. In case of name, you use pure preposition, a preposition or the preposition. If the name is starting with a vowel and you have to use the, then you will use d apostrophe there. So this is how we categorize. So here is an exercise based on that partitive article information. So after fill in the blank, whichever word is written, you just need to see. So it is not ending with SX or Z. So it is not plural, we will not use this. It is not starting with a vowel, P is not a vowel, so we will not use the L apostrophe. It is not a name also because it is written with the minuscule or not written with a capital letter. Not okay, P is not a capital letter, that's not why it is not a name. So, and it's not an exception also, we can check in the list. Okay, so we cannot choose this also. So ultimately we will be left with this du option. Du pain. Beurre, on the other hand, is an exception. Fromage is an exception. Okay, this one me. So here du beurre. Now here jus. Jus, here you can je bois, I drink some juice. Here it is ending with S, you can say that we can put this, but I drink some juice. So you put this du. De chocolat, glass is ending with E, so de la glass, again S, so de fruits. Fromage, du masculine, it's an exception. Biscuit, des biscuits. Du lait, et des légumes. Now, but here are certain things, certain exceptions, which are, for example, if your sentence is negative, always put here de. It is règle de, which we have earlier discussed in the negative sentences, that if you see these words a, une, de, du, de la, or de l'apostrophe, so these words are converted into de or d apostrophe if the sentence is negative. So this is the rule. Okay, so here we will put the. Elle boit de l'eau. A café is an exception. Elle achète du café. Af ending with S, so des œufs. Viande, de la viande, feminine, and des sandwich. This. Here. Another one rule is there, that if in your sentence you have these verbs aimer, adorer, détester, or préférer, to love, to adore, to hate, or to prefer. If you have these verbs, so with these verbs we always use definite articles, le, la, l apostrophe, and le. With these four verbs we always use definite articles, and always remember the negative rule. If the sentence is negative, so we use either de or d apostrophe. Solving this exercise. Pour le petit déjeuner, Marie prend, Marie is taking some cereals, des céréales ou des tartines. Elle ne boit pas, negative, de thé. Et thé, alors elle prend du café. She is taking some coffee. Les amis de Monsieur Martin aiment le vin, aime verb. Ils boivent, ending with X, S, X or Z, to plural, des Bordeaux. Il ne boit pas, again negative, so de coca. Tu manges du riz, you are eating some rice, avec de la viande, some meat, ou de l'apostrophe, de l'omelette, au champignon, with some mushrooms. Au déjeuner, in the lunch. Nous prenons, we are taking some des jus de fruits. This is plural, so they. A for and. A des sandwich, the sandwiches, it is plural. Pour le goûter, for the evening snacks. Well, some technical glitch. Let me again tell you about this. How to conjugate these verbs, boire, écrire. They have this pattern that we use like for boire. Subject pronouns, the verbs always correspond with the subject pronoun. Je, tu, il, elle, on, nous, vous, il, and elle. With these, so if the verb is normal er ending verb, these are simple er ending verbs. So we just cut er, and the ending comes there. E. With ja comes e ending, with tu es, with il el on comes e, with nu comes ons, easy, ent. These endings comes, but the verbs like these lire, boire, écrire, they are quite different. They are exceptional verbs. They are given in the chapter, so better you revise from there. Boire verb, je bois, tu bois, il elle on boit, nous buvons, vous buvez, ils elles boivent. These are the conjugation. For leak verb, the conjugation is je lis, tu lis, il elle on lit, nous lisons, vous lisez, il elle lise. There is some changes in the yer ending and ger ending. The conjugations, these endings eese, ons, ez, ent, these endings are used, but y becomes I except nu and vu form. So with tu form it will become natoi. Paye will become paie. Endings are es and e endings are same, thus y is becoming I. With neje verb, only and only in the nu form extra e comes. How? We cut er, nag is the root, and ons comes as it is. Only and only this extra e comes here. Nagions. With elle, bois, nous écrivons, vous. Now prendre verb is in its own time prendre, comprendre. Here prendre is hidden, that's why it is the same type of verb as prendre. Here we cut re, we also cut this d, then the root is written. Here also we will cut re and d, the root will be written. Okay, then the endings are different. Prene is the ending, and here nent is the ending. Then tu bois, il écrit. These are the conjugations. For the next exercise, giving you the direct answers. Le matin nous mangions. The morning we eat, or we are eating, or we are taking. Nous prenons, we are taking. Du pain avec du beurre, some bread with the butter. Nous disons bonjour, we say hello à nos professeurs, to our professor. Elle lit, lit verb, to read. Elle lit, she reads un roman, a novel. Il lit le journal, and he reads the newspaper. Tu aimes, you like the Coke. J'aime, I like the fruit juice. Qu'est-ce que ta famille mange, prend? What does your family eat or take? Au petit déjeuner, in the breakfast. Tu payes en liquide, you pay in cash, ou avec une carte or with a card. Elle voyage en avion, mais il voyage en train. They travel by plane, but he travels by train. J'écris des poèmes, I am writing some poems. Vous nagez, you are swimming dans la piscine, in the pool, et ton père nage dans la mer, and your father swims in the ocean, in the sea. Est-ce que tu ranges ton armoire? Are you arranging your almira? Vous comprenez la situation? You are understanding the situation. Mais elle ne comprend pas, but she is not understanding that. Elle nettoie sa chambre. She is cleaning her bedroom. Vous envoyez, you are sending une lettre à vos parents, to your parents. Vous buvons du thé, you are drinking some tea. Et ils boivent du café, and they are drinking some coffee. Ils apprennent, ils apprennent le français et leur sœur apprennent l'espagnol. They learn the French and their sister learns Spanish. As per the negative rules, just find out the verbs. That's the main work. No, this is not the verb. Sont, prend, adorer, mangeons, and you just need to put na before the verb and pa after the verb. If the verb is starting with a vowel, to an apostrophe and then pa after the verb. Ne pas, ne pas, ne pas, ne and pa, an apostrophe and pa, ne and pa. And then rule number 2, du will become the. Here the lo apostrophe, this will become the. Rule number 3, lay will remain as it is. The la will become the. Here this is eighth verb is there. This will become the. Le will not be changed. Du will become the. Simple. Rest of the sentence will be. Le repas français, le petit déjeuner, this is the lunch, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. En général, le français prend un petit déjeuner. In general, the French people take the breakfast light. Ils mangent les tartines, the toast avec du beurre, with the butter, ou de confiture or the jam, des céréales, the cereals, des fruits, the fruits. Ils mangent des croissants. Croissant is a type of bread. Boivent du café noir, black coffee, ou du café au lait and or milk coffee. Les enfants boivent. The children drinks some milk, du jus de fruits or fruit juice. Le déjeuner, in the lunch, from 12 hour to 2 p.m. Le déjeuner est un repas rapide au bureau. It's a rapid meal at the office or la cantine or the restaurant. Français, the French people mange sandwich, grillade, salad, grilled items and salads. Les jeunes, the young ones eat at the house ou la cantine, at the canteen of the school. Le dimanche, on Sundays, c'est un repas complet. It's a complete meal on Sundays. Entrée, starters, crudité, soup, salad, plat principal like viande, poisson, like meat and fishes, pâtes, pasta, legumes, vegetables, fromage, cheese, dessert, sweet dishes, fruits, glace, ice cream, pâtisserie, pastries. Le goûter is the evening snack, evening tea. Le soir, in the evening. Les adultes boivent du café. The adults drink some coffee, du thé or some tea. Biscuit, with the biscuits, et pâtisserie, pastries. Les jeunes prennent du chocolat chaud, the hot chocolate. The young ones take hot chocolates. They barre du chocolat or chocolate bars. Le dîner, the dinner happens from 7 to 9 p.m. Le français dîne ensemble. The French people take dinner together in the family. Il y a entrée. It's a complete meal. There are starters, main dish, and cheese, and often desserts, sweet items also. And the adults drink wine. Il y a toujours du pain sur la table. There is always some bread on the table. Vrai ou faux? Les Français prennent le déjeuner en famille. The French people take the lunch in the family. Faux. False. They take outside at the workplace. La tartelette au citron est un dessert. Oui, c'est un dessert. Vrai. En général, le goûter is from this time. Vrai. Il n'y a pas de plat principal au dîner. No, there is a main dish in the dinner. La croque monsieur est une entrée. Vrai. The croque monsieur is a starter. It's a starter. Merci, c'est tout pour la classe, pour la leçon 8. Au revoir, à bientôt.